Assalamu alaikum. I am Shehzad Ahmed. I am student of Rehan Teacher Training AI Institute. My batch number is 19, level 1. Today we are starting to interview discussion with ChatGPT on the topic of understanding the basics of financial independence. Let's begin our questions. Hello ChatGPT, are you available?
वालेकुम सलाम शहजाद अहमद। बिल्कुल मैं यहाँ मौजूद हूँ और आपकी इंटरव्यू डिस्कशन के लिए तैयार हूँ। चलिए शुरू करते हैं और फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस के बुनियादी पहलुओं पर बात करते हैं। आप जब चाहे सवाल पूछ सकते हैं।
Yes, this is my English interview and talk with English.
Absolutely, we'll keep it in English then. I'll be ready to answer all your questions about financial independence in English. Let's dive in whenever
Okay,
you're
let's
ready.
start. What is financial independence in simple word?
Sure. So, in really simple words, financial independence basically means having enough money or resources so that you don't have to rely on a job or someone else to cover your basic expenses. In other words, you have enough savings or income from investments.
Okay, my next question is why is financial independence important in life?
That's a great question. So, financial independence is important because it gives you freedom and flexibility. When you're financially independent, you can make choices based on what you actually want to do rather than what you have to do to earn money. It can reduce stress, give you more time for your family, hobbies, or even new ventures, and generally lets you live life on your own terms.
Okay, does financial independence mean being rich?
Not necessarily. Financial independence doesn't always mean being super rich. It just means having enough resources so that you don't have to rely on a paycheck to cover your needs. Some people might achieve it by living simply and saving well, while others might do it by investing wisely. So it's really more about financial security and freedom than about being wealthy.
Can normal people achieve financial independence?
Absolutely. Normal people can definitely achieve financial independence. It often just takes planning, patience, and consistent habits like saving and investing over time. You don't have to be a millionaire. It's really about making smart financial choices that add up over the long run.
At what age should we think about financial independence?
Well, the earlier the better, honestly. You can start thinking about financial independence at any age, but the sooner you begin, the more time you have to save and let your investments grow. But even if you start later in life, it's still possible. It's all about whenever you can.
What is the difference between income and saving?
That's a good one. So, income is basically the money you earn, whether it's from your job, your business, or any other source. Savings, on the other hand, is the portion of that income that you set aside and don't spend. So, in simple terms, income is what you make, and savings is what you keep.
How does spending wisely help finance independence?
So, spending wisely is actually a big part of achieving financial independence because when you're mindful about your spending, you're able to save more of your income. And the more you save, the more you can invest or put toward things that help you reach financial independence faster. Basically, if you're careful with how you spend, you have more control over your financial future.
Okay. Why is saving money important?
Well, saving money is important because it acts like a safety net. It helps you handle unexpected expenses, reach your financial goals, and ultimately gives you more freedom and security. When you save, you're basically setting yourself up for future opportunities and reducing stress about money. So it's really a key piece of the whole financial independence puzzle.
Okay, what is budgeting in simple word?
Sure. In simple words, budgeting just means making a plan for how you want to spend your money. It's like giving every dollar or rupee a job so you know exactly where it's going. By doing that, you can control your spending, save more easily, and stay on track with your financial goals.
How does a budget help control expenses?
Well, a budget helps control expenses because it gives you a clear roadmap of where your money's going. When you set a budget, we're basically deciding in advance how much you'll spend on different things, like groceries, bills, or entertainment. That way, you can make sure you don't overspend in one area and run out of money for something else. In short, it keeps you on track and helps you spend within your means.
What are common mistakes people make with money?
Oh, that's a really common and great question. So, a few common mistakes people often make with money include things like not having a budget at all, or maybe overspending on things they don't really need. Sometimes people rely too much on credit without a plan to pay it off, or they don't save for emergencies. Another big one is not investing early enough or at all. So basically, it's things like that that can trip people up.
How does necessary spending affect saving?
So unnecessary spending can definitely cut into your savings because every time you spend money on something you don't really need, that's money that could have been saved or invested instead. Over time, those little unnecessary expenses can add up and slow down your progress toward financial independence. So being mindful of those little purchases really helps you keep more of your money saved.
Uh, can debit stop financial independence?
Yeah, poor habits can definitely slow down or even stop you from reaching financial independence. For example, if you have a habit of always impulse buying things or not keeping track of your spending, it can be really hard to save enough money or stay on budget. So, good financial habits like budgeting, saving regularly, and spending mindfully are really key to staying on track.
How does discipline help manage money?
So, a spending plan or a budget really helps you manage your money by giving you a clear guide on how much you can spend in each area of your life. It helps you see where your money's going, keeps you from overspending, and makes sure you're putting enough aside for savings or other goals. In short, it helps you stay in control and make intentional decisions about your money.
What are different source of income?
Well, there are quite a few different sources of income that people can have. For most folks, the primary source is usually their salary or wages from a job. But income can also come from things like running a business, earning interest or dividends from investments, rental income from property, or even freelance or gig work. So there are lots of ways to earn income beyond just a paycheck.
Why is having more than one income important?
Yeah, having more than one income is important because it gives you a lot more financial stability. If one source of income slows down or goes away, you've got something else to fall back on. It also can help you reach your financial goals faster because you're bringing in more than just one stream of money. So overall, it just gives you more security and flexibility.
How can skills help increase income?
Well, skills can definitely boost your income because the more skills you have, the more opportunities you can tap into. For instance, learning new skills can help you get a better job, negotiate a higher salary, or even start a side business. Basically, skills make you more valuable in the marketplace, which can lead to more ways to earn money.
Is investing risky for beginners?
Yeah, investing can feel a bit risky for beginners, and it's normal to feel that way, but the key is to start small and learn as you go. If you do a bit of research, maybe diversify your investments so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and think long term, you can manage those risks. Over time, investing is actually one of the best ways to grow your wealth, so it's definitely worth learning about.
Why is learning about money important?
Learning about money is important because it really empowers you to make better financial decisions and have more control over your life. When you understand how to manage, save, and invest your money, you can avoid common financial mistakes and work toward goals like financial independence. In short, the more you know about money, the more confident and secure you'll feel about your financial future.
How does long term planning help financially?
Well, long term planning is super helpful financially because it gives you a roadmap for where you want to go. When you plan for the long term, you're able to set goals, save and invest accordingly, and be prepared for big life events, whether it's buying a house, retiring comfortably, or even just having a cushion for emergencies. It also helps you stay disciplined and on track, so you can make smart financial choices that pay off over time.
How can students start thinking about financial independence?
Well, for students, a great way to start thinking about financial independence is just to begin with the basics. That might mean learning how to budget a little, maybe starting to save a small portion of any money they get, and just getting comfortable with the idea of managing their finances. Even small steps like understanding the importance of saving or maybe learning a little about investing early on can really lay a strong
Okay, how can working people move toward financial independence?
Well, working people can move toward financial independence by focusing on a few key things. First, they can create a budget and stick to it so they know where their money's going. Then they can try save a portion of their income regularly and maybe invest it so it can grow over time. It also helps to pay down any high interest debt they have and, if possible, look for ways to increase their income, like learning new skills or starting a side hustle. All these steps together can really help them move steadily toward financial independence.
How does financial independence reduce stress?
Well, financial independence reduces stress because it takes away that constant worry about money. When you know you have enough saved up or invested to cover your needs, you're not constantly stressing about how you'll pay the bills or handle an emergency. It gives you the freedom to make choices based on what you want to do, not just what you have to do for money. So overall, it just brings a lot more peace of mind.
From this interview, I learned that financial independence means having control over our money and life. I learned that saving, budgeting, and smart spending are basic steps toward financial freedom. Financial independence is possible with discipline, planning, and consistent learning. This discussion helped me understand that small financial habits today can create success secure future. Thank you very much, ChatGPT. This is the end of my interview. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. I'm really glad it was helpful for you and that you got those key insights. Remember, those small habits definitely do add up over time. If you ever need more help or want to chat again, just let me know. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.